Hey guys, how's it going? It's been about a month and I'm ready to do a first impression video and maybe a kind of like a mini review of the Remote Equipment Alpha 31. This is a very technical bag and I've never been one for technical bags. I've never really had a need for it, but not too long ago, I was looking for a new travel bag. I ended up selling my Bellroy Transit Plus because of the issue with the straps slipping when it was packed out. So I reached out to the carry community, received a lot of different recommendations, but then a couple of my carry buddies were very adamant that this would be an excellent travel bag. Even though it's only 31 liters, it does have a roll top which expands it about 4 liters more. It has very technical features. The materials are very technical. It has some really cool design elements to it, excellent production value. We're gonna go into it and see what are some of the things that off the bat that I like, some of the things that I didn't like. I'm still kind of on the fence about it, but when I do my big review, it'll be after a 2-week trip that I have planned in November to go to Ireland. And this is going to be my one bag travel bag. Because one of the things that I was also looking for was a bag that I can take with me in transit in the airport. But then once I got to my destination, I could kind of cinch things in and then take this as my day bag. And some of the recommendations really didn't fit that, but the Alpha, surprisingly, it does. Even though it is a 31 liter bag, can be maybe upgraded to about 35 with the roll top. When you cinch this thing down, it pretty much looks like a 24 liter bag, depending on how you wear it, how tall you are. But anyways, let's go into the front of it. Let's go through the exterior, then we'll dive inside and check it out. So when we look at this bag, we can see that it is a unique looking pack. One of the first things that we notice is that there are straps everywhere. Like it kind of reminds me a lot of the Attitude Supply ATD1. And if you remember that review, all the straps kind of bothered me. But, you know, a lot of time has passed since then, and I've kind of gotten over that. I've been using this now for a few weeks, you know, for work, doing groceries and stuff like that. So I do have a little bit of experience with it, and you know, I haven't really had an issue with the straps. But my God, does this thing have straps all over the place? So it has straps here, I guess presumably for some sort of poles or ice picks. It has a strap down here, which is you have also a water bottle pocket. There's a kind of a stretchy material here. It's not super stretchy. It's not like really nice, the really nice Bellroy mesh, but it is a stretchy material. So this cinches down. You have another cinching point here, which is actually kind of nice because, you know, for like this Ireland trip that I'm going on, I will need to take a jacket with me, and a jacket probably I wouldn't want to pack that in the bag, but I can cinch it to the outside, which would be really nice. So then if it rains randomly, which it definitely does in Ireland, I could just really quickly grab this from the outside. So then you have like this shock cable to cinch some stuff down too. They said that also you can use that for a water bottle, like if you have a very tall water bottle or a tripod or something, you can kind of use this to make sure that it's secure. Then you have the strap that holds the roll top in place. You have load lifters here, which is super welcome. Then on the back, you have a sternum strap, which is pretty beefy. Then you have the long, just shoulder straps. So on the other side, it's the same thing. So there's like a lot of straps everywhere. And then on top of the straps, you also have a bunch of zippers. So one of the unique elements of this bag are these two vertical pockets, which people have called them the torpedo pockets. I like calling them the sausage pockets. I don't know, I just like it. So you have these two sausage pockets here, which when you open them, takes you to this like compartment. It's not super big or deep, but it's enough. Like you can fit some pouches in here. I know a lot of my carry buddies normally get like some D-made pouches that fit perfectly in here. Really nice, quick access to a lot of different things. And you'll notice this really cool material that remote equipment uses in their pack. And we're going to talk a little bit more about the material as we go into this first impression. So we have this material here. So we have the sausage pocket. So both pockets are identical. They're the same side, the same thing on either side. You have these zipper pulls that open up this section, which here's one of the main, like one of the critiques that I had about the bag is that opening up this section is kind of a pain. Maybe I haven't broken into zippers enough yet, but anyways, you have access to the main compartment from that front, this like oval U-shaped pocket, or a zipper rather, and you have access to the main compartment. So like I said, it was kind of like, it's not super smooth. And then you have like this rain flap as well, because this zipper, to their credit in their design, they didn't make it like an AquaGuard zipper because it probably make opening and closing this thing even more complicated. So you have like this kind of long, it's about an inch thick or inch long rain flap on the outside. You have two grab handles here. You have a quick access pocket at the top. And I do want to mention that remote equipment produces like this really cool owner's manual that has like illustrations and comics that show how to use the bag, how to maintain it, what are the features. Like I have purchased bags that are $400 plus that didn't have any of this. And this bag, like it comes with an instruction manual, and not that it really needs it because it's not that complicated, but it just goes to show the production value. And you can tell that the owner of this company, I believe his name is Phil, and that he really cares about the experience that the customer gets out of the bag. And I thought that this was such a cool, cool thing, and it probably didn't cost them that much to make, and it's just like a nice little feature. And I keep it because if I have any questions, I want to figure something out, you get that with the bag. Okay, so that's the front. You got two water bottle pockets on either side. You got all this strappage. You got the zipper here. In the front, you have these latch points, is this webbing, and then as you can see, the bag tapers. And one of the critiques that have been mentioned multiple times, and it's a critique that I have, it's kind of annoying to be honest, is that because of the silhouette of this bag, this thing, no matter how packed out it is, will not stand on its own. This thing is like slipping all over the place, which I'll see how that feels when I'm traveling. For work, it's not too bad. It's mildly annoying, but it's not a deal breaker. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so you know what? Let's just take the roll top off real quick. So you have this roll top that goes pretty high up. So imagine, you can stuff a lot of things into this bag. I actually took all the stuff that I took with me to Switzerland back in March. I packed it all back into the packing cubes and the slings that I used, my diabetes kit, and I packed it into this bag, and I still had some extra space left. And when I was in Switzerland with the Transit Plus, that bag was like packed out. Like I couldn't fit any more stuff in there. But with this bag, I actually had a little bit more space. Yeah, I might look a little weird with this giant roll top, but it's fine. People look pretty strange when they travel anyway, so I didn't mind it too much. So let me click these things back in so they're not in my way. Oh, which by the way, they did this little thing here with the straps that make tightening and loosening up this roll top, kind of like to keep it in place. They made it real easy, so I don't have to like fiddle with the buckles. It's really easy to tighten and loosen. Like awesome design, very, very thoughtful. Okay, so let's go into the back panel. You have like these really nice straps. They're not the thickest or the beefiest straps, but even with the load that I take for work, I haven't experienced any issues. I know some people in the community have talked that they don't like the straps, but so far for me and my body type, I haven't had an issue with it. You have a really cool sternum strap here. And then one of the things that's really interesting about the back panel of this bag, you have a really nice, and I don't know if you can see this here, but you have like this nice padding here. It's about maybe a 1/4 inch thick of padding, but notice how you have padding here, it kind of indents, and then you have like this lumbar support here in the bottom. So what it does is it produces an air channel in the middle of your back. I don't know how useful that is. I don't know how effective that is yet, but once I travel with this a bit more long distance, then I will let you know how that works out. But yeah, really interesting stuff going on here. Okay, let's then also you have a laptop compartment here. You can put your laptop here. The only issue I had with this is with side access laptop compartments, I kind of wish that they're isolated. So one of the things that I experienced just even like with my work stuff is whenever I put a laptop in here, I would have to like kind of like push aside the stuff that I had in the bag to be able to get to my laptop. I kind of wish that this laptop sleeve was isolated, but no, it does share. It just share the main compartment with the rest of your stuff. Some people have complained that because of the AquaGuard zip here, that like closing and opening the zipper can be kind of frustrating, and then sometimes it can get stuck with the stuff that's inside the bag. So like if you notice, like it takes effort to open and close this thing. Okay, let's go into the bag so we can see what that looks like. So open up here. So here, this is like where the laptop goes. You can have like a little tablet pocket. This is the quick access area. From the top, it kind of shares that space. You have a pocket here that goes all the way down, and you can see through it. It's really nice. And really, that's about it, And then you have like this large, pretty cavernous main compartment. But like I said, it does taper. So if we are packing this out for one bag travel, and I will do that for the final review in several months, you have to be strategic in how you pack things. So I'll probably pack maybe my underwear and sock cube here, then my clothes cube a little bit higher, and then my diabetes stuff on top of that. But like I said, I packed all of my Switzerland stuff in here and it worked out fine, but I did have to be a little strategic about it. Okay, we're almost done here. Let's talk a little bit about the materials. So remote equipment goes into an explicit detail on why they chose this particular material. They mention it in the owner's manual. There's videos about it with the owner talking about it. My carry buddies waxed poetic about the materials and how amazing these materials are. And I can appreciate that for sure. And you can see that, look at this pattern, this patterning here, this looks like ripstop, but then X-Pack. And I mean, look, there's a lot of science going on with the materials of this bag. There's lamination going on. There's this external material. It's supposed to be extremely water resistant. It's supposed to be durable. It's supposed to be puncture resistant, abrasion resistant. This is a really interesting material. But man, I gotta tell you that when I first took the bag out of the bag, when I took the bag out of the plastic bag, and I touched this for the first time, my initial impression was, this feels kind of cheap. Maybe it requires a little breaking in, but it just felt like, you could hear it. It almost feels like a material from a $12 to $20 bag that you get at Walmart. It just kind of it doesn't have a good hand feel to it. And maybe it's because I'm more like lately I've been more like a wax canvas sort of person. I've really been I like some Cordura stuff. I really like the ATD ones material. So maybe it just needs a little bit more time of breaking in so it can soften up. Maybe I just need to have a little bit more experience with it. But my initial impression was, man, this sounds and feels kind of cheap. And I know that it's performance material. I know that it's going to last. I know it's going to do what I want it to do, but I just can't help the feeling that it just doesn't feel or look that impressive on the outside. On the inside, I mean, like, look, man, that's cool. This right here, this is cool. Like when you look at this stuff, you're like, oh man, that's awesome. But on the outside, it doesn't look super interesting. I know that there's another version. I think it's UVX 400. There's another material type that is available with this bag that looks NASA Future Tech inspired material. But for me in this one, I was just like, okay, cool. It's fine. So one thing I forgot to mention to show the production value of this bag is that you have like these two little slots here, and the bag does come with hip straps. I've never had a need for hip straps, but they have them, and it's they look nice, So it's nice that they included that. I know a lot of bags, even at this price range, they'll charge extra for the hip straps, which I think is ridiculous. Because if I'm paying $350 plus for a bag, you know what? Add the hip straps. So, anyways, this is the Remote Equipment Alpha 31. So like I said, I'll be going on a trip in the next few months in November. And after that, I will probably then publish a full review. But anyways, that's the features. And like and subscribe, guys. I appreciate your support. And I always appreciate your feedback as well. All right, guys, take it easy. See you soon.